Oh, we're still in Miss Pavlova's cabin. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to... no, I fucked with the intro. God damn it, I can't edit this one out, though. What's up, everybody? I'm Shadow Gaming and Music, and welcome back to more Great Ace Attorney Adventures. I almost said Chronicles, but same thing. Last time, we were damn near in a shipwreck. We were about to become the Titanic 2.0, but luckily, I guess we were able to swerve whatever the other ship was that was trying to knock us out. And apparently, we are still in Miss Pavlova's cabin, and we're trying to figure out still what the hell's going on. We got a few, like, keys into what the clues are, but we still don't really have any leads. So hopefully this next part will be able to lighten up or enlighten us about what the hell's going on the ship. Somehow, the door to the cabin we were in ended up bolted after we made an emergency stop. Oh yeah, that's right. The shaking of the ship made the door lock itself. Susato-san took a deep breath, then gently slid back the bolt. Hi. You! What are you doing in Miss Pavlova's quarters? Busted in the worst ways possible. Would you believe it if I said I was looking for the bathroom? I mean, I've been in my wardrobe the entire time. I mentioned it a few parts ago that I don't know how Ryunosuke's been going to the bathroom, so... you both look unhurt. Good. Aw, see, he cares about us. Yes, we're fine, thank you. What on earth happened? We heard something about how we were going to collide with another ship. Yes. It appears to have been a false report, though. Then what the hell happened? Alright. I know these games. This false report... I'm starting to become a little bit suspect of the captain, who we haven't met, but... a lot of these things are happening in a way where it feels like only the captain would know what's going on, so... can I talk to the dude? Or woman, or whoever they are? Oh, how did that happen? There's a dense fog outside, so it's extremely difficult to see. Someone must have thought he saw a ship ahead. Yeah, likely story. This person obviously triggered the alarm, and that's why we made an emergency stop. Everything is chaos. Passengers are screaming, crew are running everywhere. This first class area is the only quiet part of the ship at the moment. Well, at least we can say something good about this place. Oh, I see. Someone triggered the alarm? Does that mean that someone pressed that button outside? Oh, that's right. There is an alarm button on the outside. I almost forgot about that. Ah! You wicked intruder! Dressed in all black! You are the devil! You are the devil! Sorry, me? I've been called a lot of things before, but devil is a first. Not even a handsome devil, Ryunosuke. No, I'm playing. He is a handsome devil, though. You opened my traveling case! How could you? What? No! We didn't touch it! That's right, Miss Pavlova. It was already open when we came into your cabin. Inspector! Yes? Arrest this man! I know he did it! He is a criminal! Is it not enough that he has killed a man? Da! And he is stowaway as well. If Vixen promises not to steal chicken, do you believe? Huh? If Vixen promises not to steal chicken... what? Take him away! He is a trespasser as well as everything else! Stowing away, trespassing, killing, she is right. You are devil. It doesn't look good, does it? There is cell below deck. Throw him in! No, hey! I still need to investigate! Oh, come on! Tomorrow we dock in Hong Kong. Then we give you straight to police. Wait, a cell? Please, Inspector Hosonaga, is there nothing you can do? Come on, they're about to throw me into the brig. I don't deserve to be thrown into the brig. I'm too young. Come on, there has to be something we're missing. Also, apparently her pet got out without us knowing. This guy said steal chicken. Is it actually a chicken? Was Sholmes right? This is a Russian vessel. I really have no jurisdiction here. After my last effort to appeal to the captain's good nature, I think I'm out of options. We don't want you getting your ass beat again, for sure, Hosonaga. But maybe... No, I'm playing. No, we don't need your ass beat again. But again, I don't trust that captain. The fact that he kicked your ass to deter you from asking him any other favors, I don't know, man. This captain is starting to become more and more sus to me. I'm just saying. This is terrible. This is a real crisis. I've got to find a solution. Sholmes, anything? Immediately. Oh, I can do stuff. What else can I look up? Oh, I can look everything is new now? Okay. I can't believe I didn't notice him as soon as I turned the camera. This guy does an excellent job of blending in, I'll say. I'll wait. Let me see if I can find some other stuff going on right now. Alright, what? Anything new? I just need to keep calm and focus on the task at hand, which is investigating. Don't touch my things! Do you want me to show you where crawfish hibernates? Hiya! Susato, why did you throw me? I'm looking for stuff! Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think you're doing? Looking for a way out, obviously. Wow, everyone's attacking me. I was just starting to think I was just starting to think that my tongue was cooperating for a bit. And I was just starting to think that she was my friend. I mean, she is your friend. She's trying to protect you in her own Susato way. Isn't there anyone who can help me out of this mess? Okay, so I can't do anything. I have to talk to him. Oh, I can talk to the people, I guess. What if I try to talk to, Miss Pavlova? Miss Pavlova, can I get out? Listen, I'm sorry that we snuck in here without your permission, but get out now! We just needed to investigate in here to help understand. I don't know how to say Russian. I'm sorry, but I'm assuming that's Russian for get the fuck out of my room. It's no use. She's not going to listen. I need to find someone who will. Okay, so yeah, everything's gonna be the same. Fine, I'll talk to this dude over here, the cockroach on the wall. What the? What are you doing up there? Mr. Sholmes? Hey, buddy, how you doing? With your go-go gadget eyes looking ass. Naturally, I was analyzing what a weight of 20,000 rubles feels like on one's head. What? Oh, this man has the crown! Bro, you're about to get your ass whooped. Put it back now. Have I not told you that as a detective, it is my business to know what other people do not? This isn't mere tomfoolery, my boy. Oh, no. Well, why were you hanging from that hook before then? Isn't it obvious? To properly assess the weight of the 20,000 rubles, naturally. I wish to determine if it would bend that conceited-looking hook on the wall. So full of brag and bounce. Okay, this man's about to start a fight with the hook. I mean, he could either be looking to fight or he could be dancing cumbia with it. I mean, if I put some cumbia music here, would it fit? We'll find out later. I never know whether to take this man seriously or not. Same, though. I wonder if he knows he's being really weird and obtuse. I wonder if it's on purpose. Is he self-aware? You again. The great detective. Inspector. I confess I've been looking for you. Really? What for? I have something to report to you most urgently. There is something to report! Let's go! I'm not being haunted by the gatekeeper anymore. He was in my dreams last night. Well, you might try looking for me somewhere other than a hook on the wall next time. What is to report? Speak! I can't do a gruff voice, it's hard. An urgent report from a great detective can mean but one thing. Yes, the case of the curious murder that took place last night here on this vessel, the steamship Buria, has been solved. By me, naturally. Really? Somehow, I find that very, very hard to believe, but let's just hear the guy out. Last time, we were able to get to the right point eventually. When we questioned Miss Pavlova the first time, and he made a good deduction about the logbook earlier, so... You know what? Let's give him a chance. What? Really? Yes, I have eliminated all other possibilities. No other explanations exist. So, allow me to illuminate all your minds. For I am about to reveal my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Okay, let's hear it, buddy. Huh. You have it. You have solved it. Even Hedgehog understands this case. Why Hedgehog of all things? We all knew who was responsible for killing student boy this morning. When we found the criminal in wardrobe. Stop calling me a criminal with a K. It's causing some very uncomfortable comparisons in my mind. It is the stowaway, and he has handcuffs to prove it. I didn't do it. The trouble is, there doesn't appear to be anyone else who could have killed the victim. Come on, everyone's head is hurting. That can't be a coincidence. It definitely isn't a coincidence. I don't think Ryunosuke has told anyone that his head hurts except for maybe Susato. Maybe if he told everyone his head was hurting like everyone else, maybe we could come to some kind of conclusion. Come on, man, speak up. Because, as everyone knows, the cabin door was bolted shut from the inside. But we found out that there's another way that could happen. That means the culprit must be someone who was inside the cabin. Yes, it's what's called a locked room mystery in detective stories. This isn't I mean, technically it is a detective story, and technically it is a locked room mystery, but that's where the twist is. Come on, guys. Duh, locked room. That's his point. The room was locked. Well, I can't deny that. Can't deny that. There's no way the bolt could have been drawn across from outside the cabin. You are all quite mistaken. The cabin next door is not a so-called locked room at all. Hey, Sholmes, are you gonna say what we just figured out too? What? Oh yes, there is another entrance. An entrance used last night by the culprit in order to gain access to the cabin, despite the bolted door. Okay, now you're just. We were on the same track, Sholmes, and you just took a hard left, my friend. Hopefully it turns out to be a good decision, but. What other entrance? We never discovered one. Why? It gapes open-mouthed at you even as we speak. The ventilator man. I thought about that on the first part of this case. The ventilator? You think this is funny? I cannot even put my arm through that hole. That's because your arms are as thick as tree trunks. You're suggesting that the culprit entered and left the victim's cabin through that tiny opening? That's not possible. Ha, but it is. And last night, the victim even witnessed the intruder in the act of passing through the ventilator. Did she now? Miss Pavlova, is there something you want to say to me? Mr. Sholmes, do you mean... Are you referring to the words Kazuma-sama wrote in his diary? 1:23 a.m. I can hear a faint whistling sound. 1:35 a.m. What looks like some sort of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. And again, we're back to the speckled band. When are we going to learn what the speckled band actually is? Precisely, my dear madam. But what does it mean? What is this speckled band? The answer to that particular conundrum is in this very cabin. You know, I figured that's what it was going to be. Oh, and here it comes. Oh, he's dancing again. Let's go. More cumbias. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? There's a distinct element of danger, but fear not, I am ready. Your body is ready, Sholmes? Is that what you're trying to get across to me? What I am about to expose for you all to see will shock you to your cores. Behold! Gah! Ah! What the? What the f- Oh God, no! Oh, thank God my mom isn't watching this. My mom is terrified of snakes, so I think they're cool. So I wouldn't want one wrapped around my head like that, though. Stroganoff is he's built different. I'll say that. Allow me to introduce you all. Oh, that's what's in the case. I don't know why I didn't click immediately. This is the pet that Nicolina smuggled onto the ship. Damn. To the band. The Speckled Band. Now a lot of things make sense. Does that mean Cosmo was killed by a snake? I doubt that. I doubt that. A snake? Indubitably. Oh, that's your pet. Hosonaga speechless. Susato. Susato, are you scared of snakes? Mr. Sholmes, just one thing. Pray. Pray. What troubles you? Well, that snake isn't really speckled, is it? It looks more stripy, wouldn't you say? I mean, what does speckled mean? Like spots? This is the first time I'm even questioning the word speckled. I'm assuming it means like spotted. Yes, you're right. I think in this case, you'd have to call it the Striped Band, wouldn't you? What do you got to say? You both see and observe with distinction. However, do you not think that that is precisely the trap into which the culprit wishes you to fall? Oh my goodness, really? It's a trap? It's a trap! Maybe, but I feel like that's a stretch. Susato's fangirling again, so. How exactly? It's not like the culprit knew that Cosmo would confuse it as a speckled band. I think perhaps it is time I explain the intricacies of my train of thought. Oh, here we go. Is this the thing? Are we doing the thing again? Are you ready, Miss Pavlova? I'm sorry for the young man who died, but that is all. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. There are two conclusions I have drawn from the facts. Number one, last night, your friend infiltrated the victim's cabin. And number two, that same friend was responsible for the victim losing his life. We don't know that yet. It feels strange. Because didn't we come to the conclusion that he was hit on the back of the neck really hard? That's what the autopsy report said, right? Or the post-mortem report. Yeah, damage to cervical vertebrae resulting in death. As a result of a strong blow. No obvious external injuries or traces of poison. So, are you trying to say that the snake smacked him? Or maybe they're going to try to change the conclusion to that his neck was crushed? That feels like the only explanation you can come across with a snake. No. She's turned as white as a bowl of rice again. Sholmes must be right. He's hit the nail on the head. Is he though? This young woman's friend killed Mr. Asogi? My man, you got something in your mouth. We can't hear you. It looks like he can't speak with that snake coiled around his head. That would be really tough. But he's hanging in there. Again, he's built different. I would advise as little movement as possible, Seaman. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend in your neck. You wouldn't want the fangs of that long friend on your neck. Long, long man. So, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Yep, here we go again. Part 2. The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Alright, we got topic 1. Intruder's identity. Conclusion, the snake. Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death is nothing to do with me. This whole thing is nothing to do with me. Yet, you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. Aching heart? She's looking at her hand, so I think it's her hand that we have to focus on. Now that I know how this works, it's figuring out what the alternative could be, but the thing is, it's probably out of sight as always. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. So, we ask, what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin on that portentous night? Oh, why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel, was it not? Ah, as I suspected, another telltale glance. Without doubt, your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. Okay, so writhing serpent is the bolded word, so it's probably not that? That means her friend isn't the writhing serpent. Her friend is the seaman? Maybe? He's the one that's been super protective of her lately. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band, whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was this sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? Huh? What are you hiding? What was it? No! Don't look at me! This has nothing to do with any of this! Oh, but it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now, hidden behind your back. Yes, that which you are trying, but failing to conceal, can only be the snake's sloth skin. It's shed! She actually has the snake's dead skin. Yo! Evidently, after the subtle and horrible crime, this most deadly friend of yours shed its original skin, no? I don't know what you're talking about. Last night, through the ventilator visible in this cabin, your then speckled friend slithered next door. Using the bell cord on the other side as a bridge, the serpent silently descended into the victim's quarters. In the dim light, it appeared to the young gentleman who was about to lose his life as a speckled band. But how did he kill him? In summary, the nature of this friend of yours, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a rare breed of snake whose markings change each time it slows its skin. Oh, a snake so dreadful, we can only imagine it would be found in the deepest depths of India. Why India? That was a... Okay, that last logic was a little bit of a leap, I guess, unless he's well-versed in snakes, but the rest of that was a pretty good deduction, and then how he died. This is what I want to know. So we now established that the snake is probably the speckled band, so what's the cause of death then? Moving on, we come to the heart of the matter. The grim demise of the victim. How did this young man lose his life? And why? And also, why did he write in Russian? That's still unaccounted for. According to the data of which I have been apprised, it would appear there were no visible signs of injury. Ah! She's starting to realize. I think we're on the right track, but I don't think the snake killed him. But I think Miss Pavlova is Nikolina's starting to think, because of the evidence mounting against it, that it's possible. I mean, the fact that she's hiding the shed skin means that she probably thinks it's still a possibility regardless. So she's probably terrified for the snake right now. In fact, the circumstances of the victim's death can only be explained by a terrible venom. No trace of poison, it had to be something else, alright? That's the bolded word, so obviously not venom. Now, if we take that as fact, we can reasonably imagine that there remains evidence to affirm it at the scene of the crime. Oh no! Could there be? Yes, an examination of the deceased body will prove the cause of death conclusively. The almost, but not quite, imperceptible puncture wounds left by venomous fangs will seal the truth. But we didn't find any of those, right? Yes, the vestiges of the snake bite delivered by your terrifying friend. This makes no sense! Poor girl's terrified right now. There is no point feigning ignorance, Miss Pavlova. After the incident, you endeavored to hide everything, didn't you? But now, your involuntary glance betrays the hiding place you chose. That's right. You hid the evidence that links you to the victim's death in that traveling case. Alright, so traveling case was bolded, which means that's probably also not right, so she's probably looking at something else. When we first met in this cabin, it came to my attention that your case moved periodically. Your serpent assassin was restless inside, no doubt. You don't? Oh, looks like she's about to cry. I almost feel bad for her. It is telling that the victim made note of a low whistling sound that he heard minutes before his end. That was your signal, was it not? The sound you had used to train your serpent friend. To train? To train? Indeed. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. You'd put the serpent through this ventilator and wait. After a period, you'd summon it back with a whistle. You couldn't know if the animal had done its duty, so you would listen for signs of life next door. If the victim appeared not to have been dispatched, you'd release the snake once more. Do you deny the snake has undergone such training? It's not true! It's not true! Having slithered through the ventilator and down the bell cord, the creature needed only to sink its fangs in once. Again, we still need to know if there were actually puncture wounds. Again, this feels... The fact that there are certain key parts of this that are bolded, which by the game's nature means that they're not right, there's something we're missing here. The snake is definitely involved, at the very least with the speckled band part. But the rest of it seems suspect. And its venom would course through the victim's veins, ending his existence forever. That is the true nature of the speckled band that took the poor young man's life. There can be no doubt. My logic is infallible. Is it now? There were a lot of death by a venomous snake bites. There were a lot of bolded words there, Sholmes. I know you couldn't see them, but I think you need the help of the great Ryunosuke Naruhodo, the second coming of the great detective. All right, come on, let's help him out here. Everyone is speechless, except for the snake. Miss Pavlova has trained her pet snake as a killing machine. There on the floor, you will observe a saucer of milk. The promise of food is the key to training any creature. Incredible! You solved the mystery! Ryunosuke, now you believe him? Amazing! Your great deduction really lives up to its name. I see now why Sherlock Sholmes has become such a household name. Not the other one. The other one doesn't exist in this world. I almost said Sherlock. My dear man, it was nothing remarkable. As the Russians say, I could have done it with one left hand. Is that really a Russian saying? I don't know Russian, I wouldn't know. I am Mexican. Probably one of the furthest things from Russia. Could I venture an opinion, Mr. Sholmes? But of course. What's on your mind? Alright, so Susato noticed something. It's just about your deductions before. Some things don't quite make sense to me. I welcome questions as to my method, and I will answer both loudly and proudly. I'm sure you will, my friend. There's nothing you are. You're nothing if not proud and confident. To the point of arrogance. Oh, well good. First of all... Huh? Where'd you get that book from and why? Snakes are egg-laying creatures. Part of the reptile family. Uh-huh. You are well informed, madam. Madame. And reptiles, don't drink milk. You know, that's true. When I didn't mention it, no one's gonna believe me. I didn't mention it at the time, but the drinking milk felt weird. But I just wanted, I just kept reading. I didn't point it out, but I did think it. Cause they eat like rats and stuff. Like they actually eat meat and like animals and stuff like that, small critters. So that makes sense. Ah. It's really only mammals that like to drink milk, you see. So, I'm not sure it would be possible to train a snake using milk as a reward. No matter. No doubt Miss Pavlova used some other treat to encourage her pet to do her bidding. I mean, that's a possibility, but that's also the first thing that pulls your theory apart. Milk was merely an example. The logic holds. Kind of. Well, there is something else. Snakes have no ears. Ah. Yes. So, I'm not sure it would really be possible to signal a snake by whistling. Another excellent point. But, Madame, what of the tales from Arabia? Oh, you're talking about the snake... the snake charmers? Have you not heard of the snakes that dance to the sounds of a flute? I think snakes do have some form of... Wait, do they? Because I know their tongue is their form of scent. They smell with their tongue, if I remember correctly. I don't remember anything about a snake's ability to hear, though. Interesting. I think perhaps the performers play their music in time with the snake's natural movements. I think she's actually right. I actually never looked up how snake charmers work. Wow, you learn something new every day. You never know when you're gonna learn something, guys. Play video games. Oh, I see. No hands, no feet, no ears? These creatures are so inept as to be practically useless. Don't take it out on the snakes, Mr. Sholmes. Thank you, Ryunosuke. I was about to say the same thing. Poor snake, he didn't do anything to you. There is one other thing. You have more? Sholmes is like, please stop helping. There's more? Snakes use the scales on their bellies to propel themselves forward. So, I'm not really sure that a snake could manage to climb up a flat bell cord like the ones in these cabins. And then it should try harder. Damn. Sholmes, calm down, bruh. Please, do not be angry with me, Mr. Sholmes. Point is, even if the snake had gone through the ventilator into the next door cabin, it couldn't have come back without help. What I'm trying to say is that there are a number of reasons why it's difficult to imagine the snake could have had a part in this. Aw, now Sholmes is dejected. Also Naga. Aw, everyone was all praising like, oh my god, that was an amazing deduction, and Susato just freaking tore that shit up. Nicolina's speechless. I think we need to step in and help again, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh no, you don't mean... Yes, we need to modify Mr. Sholmes' latest deductions and turn them into the great ones they ought to be. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright, let's give it a try. Just what I was waiting for, Mr. Naruhodo. Yes, right! Oh, Ryunosuke is excited, let's go. So, cast your eyes down to your wrists again. What? He freed me again, let's go! Can you keep me like this, please? You've done it again! Your handcuffs are gone! Where did they go? Fear not. I shall see they're restored after our work is done. I really wish you'd leave them off. I mean, there's a reason you have them on, Ryunosuke, but I agree. Now, everyone, let us begin. Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Part 2. Let's go, Ryunosuke. I love this. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes! Alright, let's see what we got here. The first part is... Miss Pavlova, moments ago you claimed the following. His death has nothing to do with me. This whole thing has nothing to do with me. Yep. You're trying to get to the first bolded word, yet you cannot deceive yourself. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, your aching heart smarts with pain. That's the first part. She does have a pained expression on her face. Yes, that's true. She looks as though Kazuma-sama's death is weighing heavily on her mind. But you're not sure Mr. Sholmes has read her quite correctly, is that it? Could there be some other way to interpret her expression then? Let's take a moment and really look very closely at Miss Pavlova. Yep. She got scratched by something. It can't be the snake because snakes have fangs, so they wouldn't have left, especially not a 3-line scratch. There's a cat in here somewhere. Oh, Naruhodo-san, look! That looks like a very painful wound. It looks like a scratch made by some kind of small animal, like a cat. And fairly recently too. Well, whatever scratched her doesn't appear to be around here. Yes! Alright, so that's it. The claw scratch instead. This is very Apollo Justice. Looking for those small signs that prove that they're lying. Because they tend to look that direction whenever something gets brought up, kind of thing. Indeed, and symptom observation reveals... Oh wait, I missed Ryunosuke's line. Yes, when you recall those horrid events, that claw scratch smarts with pain. Indeed, and simple observation reveals that the wound is fresh. Oh! Indeed it is. Miss Pavlova, did you in fact receive that scratch? Sometime last night? Then I think about the young man who died next door. I feel so sad. And when I am sad, the pain from this wound is worse. And it is that very pain that evidences your inextricable link to the victim's death. Alright, we got to this next part. So we asked what was the nature of this intruder that stole into the victim's cabin in that pretentious night. Why, naturally, it was the friend with which you boarded this vessel. So it's not the snake, we know that much. What the hell is it? Another telltale glance. What does she look at? Your friend is the writhing serpent we see before us. It's not the serpent. It seems likely that the scratch mark on the back of Miss Pavlova's hand was made by this friend of hers, doesn't it? Except... snakes don't have claws, do they? No, they don't. They don't even have hands or feet on which claws might grow. Well then, if that snake isn't her pet, what is? What's the true identity of this friend of hers? We should follow her gaze, Naruhodo-san. That's where we'll find the answer. Ah, there's a picture of her. Slightly out of frame that you have to move to. And she has, indeed, a cat in there. I was right. Never trust the felines. Ever. I kid. Cats are cute and adorable. They're also a little assholes sometimes. Anyways, I say this as if I own a cat. Only the stray cats that come to my house outside. Ah, look at the photograph in this frame. This must be something Miss Pavlova brought with her when she ran away. She is exceptionally beautiful, isn't she? She is a cutie, that's for sure. Yes, that's true, but personally, it's the little black creature she's holding that's caught my eye. True, look at it, it's so adorable! But it's so feisty if it gave her that scratch. Maybe we'd better take a closer look at this. Little kitten. Look at the little cat Miss Pavlova's cuddling here. Oh, what a cute little kitten. It could vie with you, couldn't it, Naruhodo-san? For the blackest outfit. A black kitten. And from the look of this picture at least, Miss Pavlova seems very attached to it. Yes! It's the kitten, obviously. Come in, Ryunosuke. Without doubt, your friend is the little kitten we see before us. Yes, the scratch on the back of your hand makes that abundantly clear. Oh no! Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen to your kitty. The whereabouts of this black kitten isn't clear, but what is clear is that you brought the animal with you when you ran away, didn't you? Ryunosuke's loving this. Look at the smug look on his face. Ah! Darka is my best friend. I couldn't leave her behind. Darka? Darka would appear to be a Russian blue. Russian blue? It's black. And yet, that fact leaves us in a quandary. You're lucky that thing's... Oh god. You're lucky that thing's wrapped around Stroganov's head, because it's looking to attack right now, obviously. Poor thing is crushing his head. You good, Stroganov? The victim's written observations on the night in question tell of a speckled band. Whereas, regrettably, this specimen's markings do not fit that description in any way. What explanation can we give then, pray? What was the sight that fell upon the victim's eyes last night? Alright, so she has something. Since it's not the snake, then it's probably not the snake's skin, is it? So it has nothing to do with any of this? But it does. You have the answer to this quandary even now hidden behind your back. What exactly is this? Yes, that's what you are trying to hide, but failing to conceal can only be the snake's slowed skin. It's not the snake's skin. Did you see that? She just took something out of her pocket and hid it behind her back. If she just left it in her pocket, no one would ever have known. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shom's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. Oh wait, that was Susato, my bad. Oh yes, ploys like that are Mr. Shom's specialty. He's ever so cleverly forced her to reveal something. I thought deduction was his specialty. Or maybe making me believe that was a ploy too. Maybe, you know, you never know. Maybe this entire thing is a ruse. Maybe he isn't a detective or a story writer. Maybe he's a stowaway too. And he just decided to make this his new day job. Anyway, I find it hard to believe that that's the skin of a snake. In which case, just what is Miss Pavlova hiding behind her back? It's like some kind of rag, obviously, but... Miss Pavlova! What are you hiding in there? What is that? I see something. Well, it is speckled and it is a band, but what is it? It seems to be soft and fluffy. A long piece of cloth of some sort. And that looks like a handle at one end. I think it may be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. Oh, wait, was that Susato? Sometimes I can't notice when it's someone else. I think it might be a cat's toy. This sort is common in the West, apparently. How is that a toy for cats? Cats like to chase the band around and paw at it. Kittens in particular love that sort of play. It's true. They like to just swipe and scratch at things, which is probably how she got scratched. So that speckled band probably ended up in the ventilator. That still doesn't answer anything about what happened to Cosma. God damn it. You only need to wave it in front of them, and they pounce to catch it. That sounds positively adorable. It is, though. It's a cat's toy. And that's exactly what she's hiding. Alright, so she's hiding a cat's toy. So Speckled Band, she knows it's the cat's toy. She's trying to protect her cat. But does any of this have anything to do with Kazuma's death, or did we just go off a completely different train of thought just because of the Speckled Band thing? Yes, the thing you were trying but failing to conceal is, a cat's toy? Precisely. And the true nature of the now infamous Speckled Band. Ah! And it was this toy that you dangled through the ventilator. You waved it around, I presume. Naturally, the victim could not fail to notice it. But why? For what reason? My dear boy, there can only be one answer for that. After her feline friend disappeared through the ventilator into the neighboring cabin, Miss Pavlova attempted to use a speckled cat's toy to incite the creature to return. That is true. And cats do indeed jump and grab onto things, so that cat can easily get back there. Ah! In summary, the nature of this friend of Miss Pavlova's, which last night infiltrated the scene of the crime, is a blithesome Russian blue breed of cat by the name of Darka. A truly troublesome feline young Darka is proving to be. She must be caged once found. Aw, poor thing. It's not Darka's fault. Leave Darka alone. You will forgive us for borrowing the photograph of your pet, Miss Pavlova. Alright, so we got the photograph into evidence now. It was after I gave her food last night. That's when it happened. She scratched the back of my hand and then ran up to Belcourt. Before I could do anything, she had disappeared through the ventilator. But why? Darka, she's so naughty. Alright, so now we need to fix the second one. How Mr. Asogi died.
Hold it!
Well, I did it again. I'm so sorry for the sudden cutoff, but I was just having so much fun and the story was getting so good that I didn't know where to cut it off. But I think this is a good point where we can come back to next time so we can finish off topic 2 next time. As always, like the video if you like it, subscribe to the channel so it can help me out. And as always, be happy, be safe, be healthy, and I apologize for the sudden end. I'll be back next time. Good night, everybody.